Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people are like, oh.
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be
covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl, Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Happy Sunday afternoon. Hey, Alice. Hey, Lenny, Only One Shamari, Cocoa Butter Barbie, Vistas and Vibes, Netta24, Regina Snow, Pretty Young Thing Brown 1, Lynn E. Kiz B. Hey, y'all. Thank you for joining me today. I know this is a spur of the moment thing. However, I was, actually getting ready for our live later in, today. I got a new camera, y'all. Oh my God, when you guys see this, oh my God, it looks so good. But I'm having some technical issues with trying to get it hooked up to the program that I use. But hopefully I can get that figured out when I get off of this live. But the camera, oh my God, it is beautiful. I got more lighting. My position is going to be different. So yes, we are making changes. We are upgrading. When I say upgrading, I mean upgrading. Yes, this is going to be so cute. You guys are going to love it. So hopefully it will be ready by tonight. If not, we'll still be looking good as usual. We'll still be fly. We'll still have our background, but I really want the quality of my picture. I have a new microphone as well with the pop filter on it, so it'll be a little better with the sound. So yes, and I have earphones that will take down away from the echo a little bit. So I have a whole new set. I upgraded my equipment yesterday. I am so excited. So right now I'm using my goddamn cell phone. And I'm working through StreamYard right now because nothing is set up in my studio. It's just everything is in boxes. Everything is everywhere because mommy got to put it all together. But when we do that, it's going to be beautiful. I think that's going to be all we need. We don't need nothing else. I mean, we pretty much straight after that. You know what I mean? We pretty much straight. But the only thing that I want to incorporate after that is going to be getting the audience to be a live virtual audience every time we do a show, and we will be able to have an audience join us, and they will be able to interact with the viewers. So I'm trying to work on that. And once we add that to the platform, then we good. Then the show is gonna be we gonna be we gonna be motherfucking dead. The girls are gonna gag. The girls are going to gag. I mean, how the fuck she do? How the fuck that bitch do that shit? Fuck that! I'm motherfucking Tasha K. How the fuck that? Who the fuck is Sweepy Diaries? How the fuck she do that? That bitch, fuck that bitch. That bitch is in competition with me. I know she is. That bitch is in competition with me. I know she is. Fuck that bitch. So, honey boo boo. So we're gonna have a great show today. Basically, I'm gonna lay out some ground rules. Uh, yeah. I'm gonna lay out some ground rules before we get started, because this is this is a sensitive topic. Okay. There are a lot of people that feel one way or the other. You have Jen supporters, and then you have the Barbs, or you have Jen supporters and you have people that aren't Barbs, but they just don't believe Jen, or they feel as though she's lying, or I really don't know what it is they feel, but either way, they're rude, they're nasty, they're belligerent when they come in the comments. And I just don't feel that it's reason for all of that. Hey, if you don't like me, then you just don't like me. I don't need you to like me. But don't come on my shit and in my comment section being disrespectful with me. And then when I get disrespectful back, you have an issue. Okay. So earlier today, I was minding my business, doing what I do, and I got heckled by someone in the crowd under one of the videos about Nicki Minaj and the whole, between her and Kenny and Jen, this whole lawsuit. So like they always do, but mods, let me just tell you really briefly what I want the rules for this live. Lynn, Alice, who else is here? Right now, Cocoa Butter Barbie, the three of you guys are here. I don't see Monica or anyone else yet. So the three of you, usually we allow people to go back and forth and have their opinion. I want people to have their opinion because this is going to be a very sensitive topic. And I want people to get out what they need to get out. That's the whole reason I'm having this live, because I feel as a YouTube community, I want to provide a space for people to say what they really want to say. I want them, but if you're going to be disrespectful, you're going to be blocked immediately. Moderators, I want anyone that is calling anyone names blocked immediately. Anyone that steps in the chat on some, you can clearly tell they're trolling, block immediately. We're not going to go back and forth because they're going to distract the show. They're going to come in immediately trying to cause chaos. And we're not going to, because that's not going to help us go anywhere. It's going to distract and take away from the show. So anyone that is immediately showing that they're trolling, don't go back and forth with them. Just block them. All right. We're not going to entertain it. Like there was a person that just came in. I didn't even acknowledge them. I just blocked them. Don't acknowledge them. Just block them because they want attention. They want to, a lot of them are trolling for other channels. They're trolling for other platforms. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So like I said earlier today, minding my business, doing what I'm doing, and my notifications are set like everybody else. Notifications are set on my phone. So I see this one notification, and it is from, and like I told her that I was going live. This is going to be just for her, Miss Naya B. If you're out there, I will provide the link for you. So since you had so much energy earlier If you would like to have that direct, that energy you had, you are more than welcome to come up here and you can tell me whatever it is you needed to get off your chest. You can do that. You're going to, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be met with nobody's going to jump you. Nobody going to drag you. You can say what you need to say, because I feel like this. If a person, they feel whatever they feel about me covering this case, you can have your feelings, but it's a level of disrespect that we're just not going to have. You're not going to be disrespectful. You're just not. This is my channel. This is my platform. This says Sweet Pea Diaries. When you come and make a comment, you coming for me. You're coming to my shit. I'm not coming for you. I'm not on your social media. I'm not anywhere looking for you. You are under my shit. So I have a right to protect my shit. I have a right to defend myself. I don't understand these viewers and people out here in these comments that think that they can just drop a nasty ass load off, like take a shit in someone's comment section and think I don't want to wipe your ass. Like, bitch, I'm not going to let you leave your shitty ass in my comments. Bitch, I'm wiping that shit up. I'm not leaving that shit in my comments. So I have a right to come out and be like, okay, miss, what are you talking about? So along with her, it's other people that have also mentioned this. Oh, I can't wait until they sue you. I can't wait until Nicki Minaj and Kenny sue you for slander. You are putting out slanderous lies. I can't wait until they sue you. What are they going to, ma'am, excuse me, what are they going to be suing me for? What am I going to be sued for? First of all, anytime I put the court documents up, I'm reading them, deciphering them. Oh, and let's not talk about the fact that you're not a lawyer. You know you're not a fucking lawyer. How can you read court documents and you sitting there making it look like you know what you're talking about? That was her comment. You're reading these as if you know what you're talking about. And you got a nerve to be sitting there reading like you know what you're talking about. You're not a fucking lawyer. First of all, how do you know what my background is? How do you know whether I'm a lawyer or not? How do you know what I do in my personal life? Oh, because I keep forgetting we're on YouTube and you're supposed to know everything about people because you're a viewer and we're supposed to reveal our entire life to you. So you think what you see on YouTube, that's me. That's all I am. I'm not a regular person outside of YouTube. I'm not a regular person outside of YouTube. How do you think you're reading you shame on you. Well, sweetie, I cannot help it that I am educated and I'm able to put up court documents, read them, understand them, and decipher them for my viewers. That's what I'm known for. That's what people come on here for. They come on my platform so that they can get a breakdown of a court document for their case that they're following. They come to Sweet Pea Diaries for that because we're known to be able to break it down to where a usual viewer can read it and understand it. They can, okay, now I see. A court document is the same. It don't matter what case it is. It's the same, like, what can I say, format. No matter what case it is, yeah, the subject matter is going to be different. But once you've read one motion to compel and understood that one, you can understand the rest of them. A court case is just like it's a brief, and all it is, it's like an essay. You're just telling your story, what you're suing for, and it's written down in motions. If you can't understand that, that's not my problem. Don't get upset with me because I'm able to understand it and decipher it. At the end of the day, it's not that deep for me. I keep telling you guys, when I put the documents up there, I read them, give my commentary, give my thoughts on it. I pivot and I leave. When I turn off YouTube, I'm done with YouTube until I get back on there, until I turn the camera back on. This does not consume my life. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. I wouldn't give a fuck if Jen wins or loses her case, or Nikki wins or loses. Not that I don't care about Jen, don't get me wrong. But it's like, it's not going to make my world stop if she don't win or if she loses, or if she does win. Like, I am able to say that. And I don't think the rest of y'all are able to say that. You like her. You want Jen to win. Of course we do. Of course we stand with Jen. But it's not going to break my world. I'm not going to die if she loses. Do you understand that? It's not my life. It's her life. At the end of the day, just because I feel more lenient towards her and I feel more sensitive to her situation, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go have a whole fucking catastrophe. I'm just going to fall apart if she loses. And I don't understand why people get so wrapped up in this. Now, we lay out the case, we lay out the facts, we lay out the paperwork. There's no denying that Kenny did that to Jen. There is no denying. We have showed every paperwork that we're able to find and show that is available to the public. We've showed it. We've read it. We've deciphered all of it. We've read it. We have our opinions as to what happened. We are all entitled to that. But to want to go to war with people that you don't know over people that you don't know, it's a little pathetic. You have nothing else going on in your life that you jumping in my comment section. You jumping in my comment section cheerleading for people you don't know. And what I'm trying to understand is what makes the situation that happened in 94, how does it make it any less relevant? Because he's now with Nicki Minaj and has money, because Jen now wants to sue because he has money. How does what happened in 94 become any less relevant? It's not any less relevant. The facts remain. It was a violent rape. The paperwork we read from the sexual offenders registry stated that he used a weapon. He used a knife. That it was actual intercourse. I don't understand where any lines are blurred. It's there in black and white. If that wasn't part of what happened, it wouldn't be listed. So we're going to ignore Jennifer's family saying she wasn't raped by old dude. Now we know that the situation with the family. So we have to also, when the family said that, I don't know if they're talking about the cousin or whatever, I guess, are they talking about the Sunday girl? I don't know which family. I don't know who you're talking about. But what I have to say to that is this. Even in her statement, even in the court statement, the court documents, Jen's family wanted her to say that it wasn't true because they didn't want the neighborhood, the people in the neighborhood coming after them. Her sister, okay, so we know that they didn't want the people in the neighborhood harassing them. I have been in situations with families where they know that something happened to someone and they want to make the person recant because they don't want something to happen to a person that they like. Like, I've seen my cousin, she told that something was happening to her and she was made to go down to the police station and say it was a lie. even though they knew it was not a lie. So there's only one person, two people that knows that this happened. It's Jen and Kenny. It's only Kenny and Jen. Do you think Nikki paid the family off? No. I don't think that Nikki paid anybody off. I don't believe anything like that. I don't think that she paid anyone off. No, I don't. But family members turn on people all the time, and family members have reasons for doing and like going against their family members all the time. I've seen it when there's no money involved. I've seen it when there's no famous celebrity involved. I believe Jen, and if it wasn't true, why is it on the paperwork? Why does the sexual offenders registry have it listed that he used a weapon, a knife to be exact, and that there was actual sexual intercourse? Why is that listed on that document? So they're lying too? Michelle says she probably paid her family off. Nikki trying to get out of this paying no money. Right. They will sometimes protect the offender and the victim is left to fight for themselves. It happens all the time. The family wants clout, to be honest, and they're trash. Sad but true. Right. So y'all must don't know the New York system in the 90s. Woo. Listen. Listen, this is where we go. See, this is where I want you guys to pay attention to the paperwork. You can't get hemmed up in your feelings and your emotions and what you think goes down or what happened to this person you know about in the 90s. I don't know any of that. I don't know any of them damn people. This ain't about none of them. This is about what we have in front of us. We can't go off on tangents. People go off on tangents and then start pulling at this and then pull. And the next thing you know, you got 3 or 4 different stories and 3 or 4 different cases involved in one case. The paperwork says that he used a weapon and there was actual sexual intercourse. We have to stick and see, that's what I do over here. I don't use my commentary based off of nothing. My commentary is based off of the court paperwork or any legal documentation that we have that are in the courts. And absolutely, Nikki is not involved. This happened over. Yep, she sure enough isn't. And she's not involved in the actual rape, which is why Jen is not suing her for the rape. So what people have to understand as well is that if you read the complaint to actually know what Jen is suing for. So does anyone even actually know what Jen is suing for? I'm going to ask that. Does anyone actually even know what she's suing and who she's suing? I want to give people in the comments a chance to put that in there as the, to respond. Do you know who's being sued and what she got? Who's being sued for what? Hey, Rabbit. Thank you for the $4.99. Agreed, Sweet Pea. The focus is on the paperwork. Thank you for your commentary. Thank you. So let's, okay, so one person said harassment, and intimidation. Jennifer's lawyer sued Nikki for not responding to the lawsuit. That's not true. That's not true. All right. So we've done several videos on it. All right. So Jennifer is suing Nicki Minaj for harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress. She is suing Kenny for harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, intimidation, and the rape that happened in 94. So Nicki Minaj is being sued for harassment, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and I do believe intimidation is there. I'm not sure, but I know that is definitely harassment and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Kenny is being sued for those things as well as the rape that occurred in 94. Okay? Sexual trauma, sexual this, just different things like that. That is what is under Kenny's lawsuit. Which is why Kenny and Nicki Minaj are not being sued together. They are both actually being sued. They both have different representation. They don't have the same attorneys. They have two different attorneys. Kenny has his, Nicki has Bernstein, and now some woman named Emily something stepped in as well. I don't know if she is replacing Bernstein, but I know that last week Nicki added a female, Emily something. I forgot what the last name was. I just looked at the paperwork, but she added a female. So when you look at the case, I kept telling you guys, Nicki and Kenny are being represented by separate attorneys because they want to separate Nicki from the rape and the situation that occurred in 94, as that is supposed to make it look less traumatic, make it look, oh, it's just a little harassment, intimidation, little internet stuff. It's supposed to lessen the weight on Nicki's lawsuit. Kenny is the one being sued for the rape, the violence, all that shit. So you guys, when everybody's saying Nicki doesn't have nothing to do with the rape, she doesn't. She doesn't have anything to do with that. She has nothing to do with that. She has nothing to do with what happened in 94. Absolutely. Jen didn't say she had anything to do with that. No one ever said, she never said that. Tell me when did Jen ever say that Nicki was responsible for what happened in 94? Well, great. If you know, you know. Perfect. We're glad you know. Awesome. But that's not, you can't tell me, okay. So you can't tell me. So you really want to sit here and tell me, since you want to say that no one's harassing her. So you want to tell me that when they get on Instagram and they're waving around, da, 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 pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh, you should have took the 20 racks with a gun in your lap. That's not harassment. That's not intimidation. When you're getting on live on Instagram and you are antagonizing a victim of a violent rape because someone wants to all of a sudden sue the state of New York, because now that you're with Nicki Minaj, your life, you value your life now. Before, you didn't value your life. You didn't care. You were just some thug that lived in the streets. You didn't care. So you didn't care whether your name was on the registry or not. You just kept going ahead and registering. This was already there before the vaccine controversy. This wasn't, no, that's a lie. He says, or he or she says, I'm not a bar, but it's crazy how after vaccine controversy, here comes all of this. That's not true. This was already a thing. This has been going on for a year. Jen stepped on the scene. Nicki, this, what? Nicki went on Queen Radio. Like, what? Right. What's this? What was it? 2018? 2019? I don't even have the dates in front of me because I don't have the paperwork up in front of me, but I definitely know 2019 the Queen radio, oh, definitely she was 16 and he was 15. Must have been a white girl. That comment, that's old. This has nothing to do with the vaccine. And Nikki put that out there to deflect because she knew that Jen was going on the real. She knew that was coming out. So she was trying to deflect and put everybody's attention on that so that people could say just what you just said. What is the connection to the vaccine? There is no connection to the vaccine. She put that out there. There is no connection to the vaccine. Nicki Minaj put that out there as a distraction tactic because she knew that that was the week Jennifer was going on the real. She did that to deflect and distract and put it out there because she knows people are very sensitive about the vaccination. And if anyone speaks against it publicly, and then if something, if they should face any backlash, this is what people would say. Oh, well, because she didn't want to take the vaccine. But we all know that she was going to the Met Gala. It wasn't like the government knocked on her door. It wasn't like the government. No, he's the person that's in here right now, he's not too bad because he's not being disrespectful. But as far as the vax, this is what we want. We want a healthy debate. So they don't have to be blocked because they're not being disrespectful. But as far as the vaccination, she wanted to go to the Met Gala. Let's not get that twisted. Remember, she wanted to go. It was the Met Gala time. To go to the Met Gala, you had to be vaccinated, right? Now, this is where I'm going to tell you, here's the BS. Because I believe Nikki is vaccinated. I believe she already was vaccinated. I just believe this, it was a tactic, like a deflection tactic on her part because she knew Jen was going on the real. The reason I think this is because now they said that you had to take the vaccine to go to the Met Gala. So she said, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking the jab or whatever. I got to protect my son, whatever. But then we find out that she tapes the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. We also saw her in a hotel room with Rihanna and her peoples, sitting next to each other. No one had masks on. But she didn't want to take the vaccine. Okay. And she sitting up in a room where and around people with no mask. So what I believe is that, okay, this is just my opinion. Okay. This is my opinion because she said that you had to be vaccinated to go to the Met Gala, which is why she did not go. All right. She said you had to be vaccinated in order to attend the Met Gala. Okay. That's what she said. And so she did not go because she did not want to take the vaccination. I don't believe that's true. Okay. I do believe you do have to be vaccinated to go to public events. You have to be vaccinated to be at those studios when they're doing taping TV shows, when they're taping those reality shows, when they're taping movies. They have to be vaccinated. Before the government was even giving out vaccinations for free or at the pharmacies, movie executives and powerhouse companies, they were giving their employees COVID tests. They had COVID tests available before we had them. Before we had them. So you already know when it comes to the vaccinations, they got all that shit. They got top of the line medical care on them goddamn movie sets, TV sets. Those executives, NBC, Columbia Pictures, they got money. So they get all that shit. They pay for all that shit. Okay. So she says she didn't want to be vaccinated to go to the Met Gala, so she doesn't go. But we see her taping The Real Housewives of Potomac. So how did you tape that if you're not vaccinated? How did you tape that? That's number one. Number two, I don't believe that she didn't go to the Met Gala because of that. I believe she didn't go because she couldn't take Kenny. Kenny can't, he's a sex offender. He's on the sex offender registry. Thus, the reasoning as to why he wants to be removed from the registry. He can't move around. They can't move around like she usually move around. He is not allowed entry into the same places as her. He can't be around the same type of people as her. He can't be around children. He can't go the places Nicki Minaj goes. They went last year, COVID, COVID, COVID. This is Nicki Minaj's words, not mine, dear. This is Nicki. So then all the more reason. If they went last year, how did they go last year? We were in COVID. So you just answered your own question. LOL. If they went last year, why would she say that you needed to be vaccinated in order to go? Those are Nicki Minaj's words, not ours. Not ours. I said this was my observation. Nicki cannot take Kenny everywhere. Right. And there was no Met Gala last year. Or 2 years, one of those. I'm just saying, Kenny was not with her. He wasn't with her 2 years ago. He wasn't with her that when the Met Gala, she went in that pink dress. The last time Nicki went, she went in that pink dress. He wasn't taking pictures with no Nicki Minaj. If he was with her, I'm pretty sure he was put up somewhere. He wasn't on that. He wasn't on that floor. Exactly. He ain't never been at no Met Gala with her. Period. He never been at no Met Gala with no darn Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, the last Met Gala she went to, she had that pink pretty little princess dress. Exactly. Always on the red carpet alone. And if Kenny was with her, he was in that darn bus, van, whatever they came on, the little sprinter. He was on the sprinter or the bus. He was not on her arm. But like I said, and you cannot deny, when you are on the sexual offender registry, you cannot enter everywhere other people can. Thus, the reason for being on the registry. That's for the registry being public, so people could know where the sexual offenders are, so they can know how to move with their kids. He cannot show up on, I didn't say that. You said he can't show up at the event, sis. I've seen multiple pics on my timeline in real time. That's not what I said. You have selective hearing. What I said was he cannot go everywhere Nicki goes. Ain't nobody talking about a club. Nobody's talking about a club. Nobody's talking about them walking through the airport. Nobody's talking about them holding hands as they're whisked away to the airport or walking through a mall or walking through. I am not speaking about that. We've all seen Kenny on the timeline with Nicki holding her bags, holding her dress. Exactly. Met Gala is an invite only, exclusive fashion event. It is not the BET Awards. No disrespect, but you can't take anyone. Absolutely. It's some type of charity event for art. It's at a it's like a museum type thing. It's beautiful art is there. It's a very high class event. Not everyone can go to the Met Gala. The darn MTV Awards, VMAs, and all those types of things, being in the back, being whisked away to the jet, we see that on our timeline. We don't see Kenny and Nicki Minaj at the darn Emmys or the Golden Globes. Have we seen them sitting on the floor of the Golden Globes or the Emmys or any of that? Have we seen any of that? Even Super Chat Sundays, even Khloe Kardashian was denied. When she filmed in Trinidad for her documentary, he was not allowed to be near the all-girls school. We know these type of things. People just want, Marlene, thank you so much for your comment. We know these things. We're not dumb. People just they want to have something to say because they just want to support them. And I get it. If you like them, support them. But I just don't understand how you champion for someone that was convicted of a violent rape. They did it. They did it. Don't get it fucked up. He did it. He did that shit. I just don't understand how you can back someone that did something like that, but then wasn't rehabilitated, didn't go on to be a productive citizen of the, of his community, because he continues to be portrayed a gang member. He continues to put guns in his pocket and walk around on live with guns in his pocket. He continues to get on live with his friends that are members of gangs. He says he's not, but yet he claims these sets when he's with these gang members. There's no remorse. There's no remorse in anything about Kenneth Petty. There's no remorse. There's no, now I'm grown. Now I'm a grown man with a wife and a family. None of that. It's still the same behavior. He's still acting like a teenage boy. It was Fashion Week, my bad, but the point still remains. It's about what's right. As far as Fashion Week, that was in what the last time I think I saw Kenny, I think it was at the Paris, could have been Paris. And if that was Fashion Week in Paris, they have different rules overseas than we have. We don't have the same rules as they have in the UK. They don't have the same rules as we have. I don't know if the sexual offenders registry in our country governs the UK. Dang, just lies. And then we look it up and debunk you, and the Barbs will just spin another lie. So the Met Gala, Kenny wasn't there. The lies. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, oh, was it New York Fashion Week? I'm just reading you guys' comments because I thought it was Paris. You guys, sometimes people the comment is scrolled up. If you scroll up, you can see her comment is still there. It's right here. Now, if there is another comment that disappeared, sometimes people they edit their own comments. And if they edit their own comment, it'll retract and you won't see it anymore. So it's not all the time that a moderator is doing it. It could be the person. Yeah, so from what I know, Fashion Week is always in New York. But you know what? I don't know. I could have sworn, I have to look that up, but I could have sworn that it's in Paris, that they have a Fashion Week in Paris, France, because Cardi B goes over there all the time. Yes, I know you didn't. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. What I'm saying is that the person, if they want to edit their comment, it will edit on its own. The person will edit it. She's still here. Her comment was right there. Oakland Barbie, respond with the smiley faces so everyone can see that you're still here. I believe that she just might have. Oh, well, if you hit her by mistake, then that's who it was. Sometimes if you're using your phone when you do this, when you're using your phone, the chat is going really fast and you'll click on someone that you're intending to hide, and you'll be clicking on the wrong person. So let me just make sure she's good. Right now, we don't really have anyone that needs to be hidden, though. They're fine. Revo, he's all right. What's up, Revo? You say you got a question. Go ahead. Because this, like I said, this live is for a debate. We're debating. I want people. You can go back and unhide them. I don't know, because I didn't do it, so I don't think I can do it. Hold on, you guys. Let me do something real quick. Let me go down here. I can, if you don't know how to do it, I can go. Let me go down here to my computer. I wasn't at my computer. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna get this viewer back in because I think she was hidden by accident. Because if you're working with your phone, I've done it a lot. I've hidden people by accident too because I'm using my phone and this chat be moving so fast. So when you click on somebody, it sometimes you could click on the wrong person. Oh, boy. All right. Oh, see, there it is. She's still there. But yes. So I'm going to put the link, and give me a second. I'm going to put the link. All right, guys. All right, so I jumped from my phone to my desktop so that we can really do this thing. Okay, we're gonna really do this thing. Yes. Yeah, Oakland Barbie is my boo. She is, and even if, this is what I want people to understand, even if you have an opinion that is not the same as mine, I want you guys to say and share your opinion. It's just how you say it. Yeah, Hubbard, it's your phone. That's all. Because I've done it on my phone. It's like you're intending to click one person, but because the chat is moving so fast, your thumb hits another person. Girl, I've done it before. I've done it before. But yes, I want people to share their opinion. I want us to have a healthy debate. You know what I mean? It's just when it gets disrespectful is when people start calling each other names and, but at the end of the day, what are we really talking about? Other people's lives, okay? We really talking about other people's lives. So we're going to do this thing right. I'm getting ready to pull up the court doc, okay? I'm going to get the court doc, the actual lawsuit that shows what Jennifer is actually suing for. Okay. And that's what we're going to go by the documents. Okay. We already showed in the last video the documentation from the courthouse and from the sexual offender registry that shows he used a knife and that it was actual sexual intercourse. We only are going to stick to the facts. We cannot go off of our opinions. We can have our opinions all day long, but we have to go off of what are they saying in court and what are these people being sued for? There was a couple questions about that. Well, isn't she suing for this? Isn't she suing for that? No, this is what she's suing for. All right. I'm just getting you the paperwork. All right. And we want the amended complaint. We want the one that is the latest version, the one that is being used. Okay. Oh, pretty bound one. Yeah, we don't need any timeouts or blocks right now. They're good. They're not as far as, the people having difference of opinions. I haven't seen anyone with a temperature that needed them to be blocked or anything. So please don't block or time anyone out. They're entitled to their opinion. Like I said, if they're not calling me out of my name, if they're not disrespecting anyone else in the chat and stuff like that, the chat seems to be pretty organized right now. Everyone is having their opinion, but no one is arguing. Everyone is grown. They grown right now. Everybody grown. They grown. So I go off of Jennifer's out of Twitch and her family. You're going, basically what I think what you're doing is you're one of those type of people that you're watching blogs and you're watching people that do videos on Jennifer's supposed changing her story, backtracking and all of this. That girl ain't never changed her story. She never backtracked. She said the same shit every time. She said Nicki Minaj did not contact her. Nicki Minaj didn't contact her. She went through other people. Which is why the lawsuit is directly and indirectly. That she's being harassed directly and indirectly. That's what the paperwork says. She's using other people to harass Jen. The Barbs, her fans, jumping in her DM. You indirectly initiate this shit with your fans because you jump up on there and say, yeah, she was 16, he was 15, white is right. Then you got people that feel like because they're Nicki Minaj fans or they're standing for Nicki, I'm going to go drag that bitch for her. Just because a person does not come right out. So we're going to answer this real quick. You don't have any other stories except this? Yes, I do have other stories. You're more than welcome to go and look on the channel. There's a lot of other stories other than this. And if you want to watch something else other than this, you can go watch something else other than this. We have other material. Absolutely. Go look it up. It's on the channel. Yep. But we happen to be talking about this right now. So if you don't want to talk about this, you can go watch something else. If you want to watch something on my channel. If you don't, then you can just change the channel. That's what you can do. This is called The Sweet Pea Diaries. Okay. So yeah. She never said that Nicki Minaj called her. She said that Nicki went through someone else. So that's what she's always said. We can't go, again, you can't go off of videos. You can't go off of other people's videos. You got to go off of what is listed on the court paperwork. So she can't keep her story straight. So tell me what she said that wasn't, matter of fact, let's do this. I want, if you would like, you are more than welcome. You're more than welcome. You don't have to show your face or anything like that. You can use an avatar. But if you would like, the chat is, everyone's going to be nice. And the moderators going to be fair. Here's the link. You're more than welcome to come up. I'm confused. I thought Jen said she told Nicki's woman Kenny did this. Yes, when they were on the phone. But it was through, she said, I got word that that you said you could help us. Oh yeah, I know. So when someone comes on, it's a backstage and I can see them before I bring them up. So they have to show, when you're backstage, you got to show me who you are first. Well, I mean, I thought everybody knew that. Okay, well, if you come on, you come backstage, you got to show me your face first. I'm not going to just put you up, but you got to show me your face first and then you go in. Yeah, so the contact was, yes, she did speak with Nicki. Yeah, we never said, we know that she spoke with Nicki, but she never said that Nicki contacted her. She never said that Nicki called her. Do you know what the word contact? Speaking and contacting is two different things. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. You got to pay attention to your words and to the words. Yeah, I can see them beforehand. Yep. Yes. She has always. No, you didn't get called out. This is what the show is for. It's a healthy debate. You can stay in the chat going back and forth, but it's good. You're good. I'm not upset with you. No one is upset with you. This is actually what I want. Someone that has these thoughts and wants to communicate respectfully. I applaud you and appreciate you for being able to go back and forth respectfully. Most people need to be able to do that because they call themselves adults. So they need to take notes from Revo. Y'all can learn from Revo. Take notes from Revo because this was very grown. We can have a difference of opinion, but we don't, at the end of the day, we still a community. And if we are Black people that say that we Black Lives Matter and protect Black women and protect the Black children and all this shit, well, we got to learn how to protect each other. And when we disagree, we still got to learn how to be respectful. We can have a difference in opinion. That's what makes the world go round. We all different. That's what makes us so beautiful. Everyone is different. God made no two people the same. So we are all entitled to have our own opinion. So no, I didn't say both versions. I don't know what you hearing, boo. I don't know what you hearing, but it's obvious that you're hearing two different things. I don't know what you're hearing. Everybody else hears what I'm saying. I don't know what you hearing. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I'm not Jen, so I'm not going to sit up here and argue for Jen. I'm just telling you what I interpreted what the woman is saying. I'm not about to sit down here and analyze her words. I'm not her. I am not her. However, I know what I heard. I know what, after watching her on the videos, comparing it to the paperwork, I know what I heard. But I'm not about to sit here and argue for her. I'm not her. You feel me? I'm not Jen. Only two people know what went down is her and Kenny. And the only people that knows what's going down with this story is Jen, Kenny, and Nicki Minaj. And a lot of the paperwork that they've added to the case with the exhibits and the evidence that we looked at, where she's being threatened indirectly by Black and associates, and then having attorneys contact her. They have the attorneys contact her because they want her to recant and get her statement together. So they're like, we can provide you attorneys to help you get your statement together. That's what she said as far as the attorneys go. But for people to say, what is she suing for? Here's what she's suing for. This is what Jen is suing for. All right. Plaintiff Jennifer Hough brings claims for witness intimidation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, harassment, assault, battery, sexual assault, and sexual harassment against defendant Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj. Now, that does not mean, because when we go further down into the lawsuit, you will see who's being sued for what. In the beginning of any complaint, they're just saying collectively what this case is about. But when you go down further into the case, they will break apart who's being sued for what. And I'll get to that. I'm going down to that now. All right. Now, here go the counts, okay? So here goes the counts, and here goes who's being sued for what. So when people say she doesn't have nothing to do with the rape, she don't. She's not being sued for that. She's not being sued for the rape. Now, I keep saying the link is here. Anyone that wants to come up, you are more than welcome to. If you are on the side of Jen, you're more than welcome to come up. If you're on the side of Kenny and Nicki, you are more than welcome to come up. I want to hear from you. I want to have a healthy debate. Hey, I am here for the mess. I want to have a healthy debate. So count one is against Kenneth Petty. This is also against Nicki, but count one against Petty, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Count two, that is against Petty, assault and battery in New York. Count 3, that is against petty, sexual assault in New York. Count 4, that is against petty, negligent infliction of emotional distress in New York and California. Count 5 against petty and Nicki Minaj, harassment and witness intimidation. Count 6, this is against Nicki Minaj only, okay? This is against Nicki Minaj only. Aiding and abetting in California and Georgia. Now, does anyone understand why she would be charged with aiding and abetting? Why Jen would be suing her for aiding and abetting? Does anyone know why? What is that? Why would she be sued for aiding and abetting? Because she encouraged Kenny not to register as a sex offender. He's been registering all of this time. He's been registering all this time before he got with Nicki Minaj. So you know that he's supposed to register as an S offender. You are aiding and abetting a criminal because he is a registered, convicted sex offender. He's supposed to be registering as a sex offender for the rest of his life whenever he moves. So now that it is, I want to get off the registry. I don't want to, I want to be able to live my life because Nicki Minaj is a celebrity. I got to move and shake with her. I'm going to be her manager. So I got to be able to move around. So I don't want this shit on me. So Jen is saying you're aiding and abetting Kenny because you're not encouraging him to register. She don't want her address out there. Her address is already out there. Her address is on the registry. Unfortunately, her address is on the registry now. So when they went to court, he had to enter his address now being her address. So unfortunately, her address is out there now because it's listed on the sexual offenders registry in California. The last documentation we looked at that showed he used the knife and showed that it was actual sexual intercourse listed Nicki's address. So she is suing for that. Nicki aiding and abetting. Count 7 is against Minaj and Petty. Intentional infliction of emotional distress in California and Georgia. So anything that has to do with the rape, Nicki Minaj is not associated to that. All right? Nicki Minaj is not associated to it. The harassment, witness intimidation, aiding and abetting, and Nicki is the only one being charged with aiding and abetting because Kenny can't aid and abet himself. So she's the only one being charged with that because she's taking part in and encouraging him not to register. So that's the facts. We got to stick to what's in the court documentation. What are they saying is going on? What are they saying what are they saying that they're being sued for? She moved to New York. Well, what I know about celebrities, they have multiple homes in different places. I believe Nicki Minaj has homes in multiple different states. She probably has homes in New York, California. She probably got homes in Florida, Miami. Nicki Minaj probably got several properties. She does not. I don't believe she's just got one property. Whenever these celebrities go to Miami, whenever they go wherever, and that's where they spend time at, that's where they have a home at. And most of them, they spend their time between New York, Miami, and California. So that's where they have homes. She has enough money to buy a place, just not for him to register. The aiding and abetting against Nikki don't make sense. What's your feeling on that? I'd love to hear your feeling on that. Why doesn't it make sense to you? But yeah, so that's actually what, they're both being sued for. There is no anything pointing to Jen suing Nikki for what happened in 94. So this is just narratives that are spun by bloggers. Like I said, I stand for victims. I believe Jen's story. I believe that this happened to her right along with the paperwork. I believe it. I look at the paperwork and listen to her story. I believe it. It doesn't take away from her trauma. Anything that Kenny and Nikki got going on doesn't take away from her trauma. Doesn't make it less believable if Jen messed up on a word or she said this way this time. How many of you can repeat a story and say it the same way every time? Say it the same words every time. You're meaning the same thing. You might leave out a word or you might say something one way, a different way, but your story still remains the same. She does have an apartment and studio in Miami. She just can't up and move. He would have to re-register in New York. Okay? Tell him now. Anywhere that's his permanent home has to be on the registry. Tell him now. Aiding and abetting does make sense, especially considering the fact she called Jen directly. Isn't he already registered in New York? I believe so. I believe that Nikki wouldn't be here if she kept her mouth closed and Kenny had registered like he done for the past 20 years, period. Now, let's pick apart this whole who called who. That's where I'm at. Broken heart. All she had to do was buy some land or a house that don't have anyone 3 to 5 miles near the home. Okay. And my thing is this. Nicki Minaj, this is your career, dear. This is not Kenny's career. Kenny don't need to go with you when you travel. He don't got to go everywhere you go. Kenny want to be in the limelight. He want to hang with the rappers. He want to be in the clubs. He want to live that life. He's not interested in nothing else but showing off with the gold chains, with the jewelry, riding around in foreigns. He want to live that lifestyle because he's with Nicki Minaj. He want the benefits of what comes with being with Nicki, knowing celebrities, being in places that he never was before. He's not hanging because he can't. He's not hanging because he can't. Because he can't hang with nobody. He's a convicted felon. Kenny suing New York claiming it didn't happen. So I don't know. I'll hold off. Well, honey, I'm not choosing sides. That's something that you really should never do. You should either, you should just tell the story. If you have a side and you feel like you're leaning more towards one side, you still should be open if it don't go that way. Like everybody says we stand for Jen. Yeah, we do. But if Jen should lose, okay, she lost. We're going to live another day. It's like, I don't know what the end goal is here for people. If Jen loses, she loses. The sun's still going to rise. The sun is still going to set. Yep, I know, Vanderveer. I know. I was going to get to that. Well, so since I'm going to get my little drink real quick. Since we're there, I'm going to end this video and I'm going to come back with the update. But since nobody wanted to debate it, we're going to close this one out. I'm just going to say this. I tried to tell y'all he's a Safari, but he can't do it like Safari because he can't have social media. Nobody wants to be okay. Said, so it can't be because they were childhood lovers. Childhood lovers? Okay, so let's say that. Let's say this. Okay. Revo, let's say the childhood lovers narrative. Why did he need a knife? Why did he need a knife with his childhood sweetheart? If that was his lover, they were dating at the time, and it was consensual. Why did he need a knife? Why did he need a knife? On the paperwork, it says that he used a knife. They recovered the weapon. They had the actual weapon. And they listed it was actual sexual intercourse that took place. So why did he need a knife for his childhood lover? There wouldn't have been a knife involved. Exactly. And she told immediately. Right. What type of stuff y'all having it when you get cut by a knife? Like, come on. Child, exactly, because y'all know Nikki was underage when she started messing with Kenny, and he was slapping her upside her head. I mean, that just, it's like, wow. It tells you what type of home she, like, where she came from, because how your mom don't know you're out here in these streets dealing with an older guy, and not only is he older, but he's slapping you upside the head in between cars and all this and that. I mean, damn. Women are in relationships every day. Yeah, they are. But they were children, and, they were teenage kids. I just don't think that, they would have been into any type of kinky or, freaky stuff that would involve knives. But I'm just asking, I was talking about Kenny and Nikki. Why? When were you talking? Now, when? Why were you talking about Nikki and Kenny? For what? No, you weren't. You were talking about Jen. Don't even go there, because I don't see where I'm looking up at. I'm going to scroll back up to see what made you say that. You can request anything in court, don't mean it's going to win. That was your one statement. And then you said, how could it just be they were childhood sweethearts? Revo, don't play with me. Don't play with me, Revo. That's not who you was talking about. You know it. I'm trying to get me something to drink. Give me a minute. All right. Now, Revo, did you answer? Because I know that's not what you was talking about, Revo. But yeah, y'all, I mean, we, this topic, honey, I'm not going to lose no sleep if she lose. I am not going to lose no sleep. I ain't going to lose no sleep. You know what I mean? So, this is what I like about my viewers. I like the fact that you guys are able to agree to disagree. Revo, thank you for being such a grown person. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping that Miss Nia B, she has so much stuff to say earlier. I know she's in the bushes. Hey there. You see how grown people debate? You see how grown people are able to talk out their disagreements? We were hoping that you were going to come through. Honey, I put you down as a special guest. We saved a seat. Honey, we saved a seat for you and everything, and you didn't show up. Oh, okay. I got it. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Okay. Okay. Well, he does. He does. Everybody can see that. He do. He gets up on there. He's showing off jewelry that Nikki bought him as if he bought it. Like, boy, with what? With what? He's a bum. He is a bum. That man, he want to live that life. Exactly, Sean. If she loses, it's still not going to change the fact that he sexually abused her. He's still going to have to register, period. And that's what this is all about. Like, stop. With his PPP loan. Listen. Because I'm telling you, when they lose, Nikki gonna be like, they took us down. We didn't know what to do. They took us down. We was tuned through. Took us down. We didn't know what to do. They took us down. We was tuned through. Clack, 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 clack. Clack, 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 clack. They took us down. We didn't know what to do. They took us down. We was tuned through. Oh, shut up, girl. He definitely was seen years ago on top of her Rolls Royce. Okay? Not a new one, but her old one. Exactly. He wasn't worried about his childhood lover when he came out and called a manslaughter charge. And even after that, he continued to register. Onika! They took us down. We didn't know what to do. They took us down. It was too. Oh, thank you, Revo. You welcome here anytime, hon. See? Now you see how that started out? We were able to talk through, because it's at the end of the day, guys, it's never that serious. Whether or not there were words that Jen said that may make her look, because I said that she shouldn't have did that Clubhouse. I was like, if she wants to have this lawsuit and it be serious, she needs to stop talking so much. Not because she's putting her foot in her mouth or she's lying, but because if she says any word that is different from before, or people are going to say she's lying. And we all know that we all can't say the same story the same way several times on different platforms. There's going to be a different word you use, different phrase, different wordplay all day long. Doesn't make your story or the trauma any less credible? Hell no. But is she going to say different things different times? Yup. Is it going to be? And we all know, we all can hear one broadcast and come away with different takeaways. We all interpret things and comprehend things different. So I might listen to something and hear a total different takeaway than you. So that's why I was saying, stop talking so much on private platforms. You shouldn't be in nobody's chat. You shouldn't be on nobody's clubhouse. If you're going to be talking, you need your lawyer present. You should not be on anyone's platform. You're in a lawsuit now. Not because you're going to lie, not because you're going to say things that are not true, but because you're involved in a lawsuit. It's the same thing with Tasha K. Look at Tasha K. Every time she said something that was stupid and against Cardi B, what did they do? Added it to the goddamn evidence list. So whenever you're in a lawsuit, you should just hold off on social media. Oh, right. 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 Like, the story is the same, but people are hung up on, she said she didn't talk to Nikki. This is what I interpret what she said. I interpreted that she means and meant this whole time, her words is that Nikki did not personally call her. That she went through someone to get in touch with Jen. That's what I got out of it. Now, if that's wrong, but that's what I got out of it. That Nikki went through someone. Now, there was a phone conversation. And on that conversation, Jen said to Nikki, I need you to know that he did this. I'm like basically trying to say to this woman, plead to this woman, this boy raped me. This man raped me when we were younger. This happened. I'm not lying to you. I need you to, as a woman to woman, I need you to understand that this is true. But because Nikki don't give a fuck about victims, she don't give a fuck. And I'm not going to say that she doesn't give a fuck about victims. Well, she doesn't. But I don't believe Nikki is the type of woman to feel sympathy for another woman. Some people don't have that in them. They don't have that quality where they genuinely feel for another woman and another victim. They feel that if it's not about me, if I ain't got shit to do with it, if it ain't about me or my family, I don't give a fuck about you. Some people are like that, where you can be, they can know that their people did something to you, but because it's their family, it's the person that they love, they're going to stick by their side no matter what. They don't care what was done to you. And I just feel like that's Nikki. She don't care about Jen and what Kenny did to her. She knows that it happened. She knows it happened. She heard, from the same neighborhood. She knows people from that neighborhood. She grew up around in that neighborhood. Nikki knows what happened. She heard that story and she knows it's true. But she wants Kenny, and she got every right to want Kenny. But why stand in the way of the legal system? This man is a sex offender. He's supposed to register. Let him register, do his punishment. That's his sentence. Period. Thank you, Sean, for the $10. It don't matter if it was Nikki people and she knew and did nothing about it. Nikki could still be held accountable. The person has close ties to Nikki. Love it or leave it. What about your friends? Exactly. And my thing is, that's not your business, love. That's not your business. That's Kenny's business. Don't Be Messy D says, if Kenny opened his 94 case, all the evidence will be in the court's file. His DNA, knife use will all be brought to show Jen's truth. Everything is documented in the sealed case. And I'm telling you that there's been, somebody has that case. And I know Kenny has the case file because it's his case. So I know him and his lawyers have it because they revealed the actual sentencing paperwork that Kenny signed when he was a child, and he took the plea deal and he signed, and agreed to that sentence. So that paperwork has since surfaced. So I know that they have the old case. So we'll be seeing more of that as, the time plays out, because Jennifer's team can subpoena those records. They could subpoena those records for that evidence. From my understanding, I've always asked that. I've always asked that as well. Was there a rape kit done? I've never heard whether it was or not from Jen, because be honest with you, I haven't followed every interview she's ever done. It wasn't like I was in the bushes on everything. So I don't know if she's ever said that there was a rape kit, but if it was one, we will find that out as time goes on in this case, because those records will be subpoenaed. Trust me, you. If that stuff exists, Chelsea says, yes, there was one done. And I know she said they took her straight to the hospital. They took her straight to the hospital after, so basically she ran to the school. She saw the security guard, and the security said, what happened to you? And she told what happened. They called the police. The police took her in the car. She showed where the house was, and Kenny was still at that abandoned house. She said that it was done. All right. She said that, that was the house and Kenny was there. So then she says they took her to the hospital. So that's always what I heard. I never heard, was there actually a kit? Is there an actual kit? If there is an actual kit, they better subpoena that. Better subpoena those records. Because by Jen not really being the one, see, and this is another thing that y'all got to remember. Jen is not the one that actually sued Kenny. Or the case is not Jennifer Hough against Kenny Petty. That case is the state of New York versus Kenny Petty. They picked up the charges. They picked up the case. That's why Jen's family was like, go down there and recant, go down there and recant. But it was nothing she could do. Even if she did. That's why when she stood up and tried to recant, because they made her go down there, that's why the judge said, go take that up with the DA. Because the DA already took the damn case. And once the state takes the case, they're going to keep it. They don't give a fuck whether or not you as a victim try to drop it or not. They don't care. Because the state already done took it over. Because she was a minor, the state has to pick it up. Well, if that's what the reasoning for them picking it up, whatever. But I know once the state pick it up, y'all know how that is. Y'all know what that give. The state is going to see that shit through. They see it through. And they don't care about, because they know that a lot of times people come back down there trying to recant a story that they know is true. They know happened, abuse. A lot of times with domestic violence victims. They will go down there, try to recant the story because they don't want to hurt the man. Now they want the boyfriend back. Y'all done made up. So now everyone is trying to go down there and change their story. And the DA be like, no, we're not having that shit. We know this happened. We picked this case up. We are on it. Hey, Trees. Hey, babe. And she was, honey, we looked at the paperwork. They have the paperwork on the I hate saying that word. Sexual Offenders Registry of California. They have the paperwork, and it shows that Kenny used a knife. They have it listed that a knife was used and that actual sexual intercourse, force, and a knife was used. They have it listed on their website, and we pulled that paperwork and showed that on our last update. For real, even if she recant after they pick the case up, they're coming for that ass, especially they feel you being forced to recant. And remember, she says she whispered to the DA, they're trying to make me recant. Right, Jen was harassed, so she tried to drop the case. The state picked it up, and he was charged and given a plea deal. It happens every day. But y'all know that people try to act like they don't know what goes on. Yes, you guys, please pray for Trees and her family. She's really going through a tough time. You guys already know that we got her over here at the Sweet Pea Diaries. Anyway, we're not going to let our girl... we got our loving arms wrapped around her, but you guys send her some love. Keep her in your prayers. Yep. It's very difficult to prosecute rape cases because most victims recant. That's a fact. And can you imagine young victims? Younger victims that are still living in homes like Jen's, where it's chaos, all types of shit going on in that house. They're being threatened by the neighborhood. So they telling Jen, you better take your ass down there and recant because we're not going to get shot up. This house ain't going to get shot up because of you. We're not going to be in danger of our lives because of you. So Jen felt like she had a responsibility to go on down there and lie and say that it wasn't true. But even though she tried, they were like, no, we still going through with this because they know it's true. So if there's a rape kit, the knife, all of these things that were used, that should be subpoenaed. If those things, those items are in that case file, Jen's team, I would think they should subpoena those records and get that evidence. So we're going to end this video and we're going to come right back on because we do have an actual update. We have an update with the case that is actually Kenneth Petty versus the state of New York. His case that he filed against the state for this actual crime that he committed back in 94. He was suing them, stating that they denied his right to due process. He was a young black boy, didn't have any money, and and so he sued them. There has been a major update. We're going to come right back with that tea. So don't go anywhere. Stay locked in. I'll be right back. Thank you for joining this live. This was very constructive. Revo, to the person Revo out there, thank you for coming through with your opinion. You were very respectful, very, poised in your responses. So we appreciate that. You guys, I'll be right back. Bye.